back to True North Insurance Guide, your go-to place for all things auto and home insurance in Canada. If you're joining us after watching How to Read and Understand Your Insurance Policy, no more confusion, awesome, you're right on track. And if you haven't seen that yet, don't worry, I've dropped a link in the description so you can check it out. In that video, I promised we'd take a deeper dive into the two most common types of property insurance, home insurance and condo insurance. And today, we're breaking down the policy limits and coverage types for these insurance types so you know exactly how much protection you have and what it all means. Let's start with home insurance, coverage types and limits. Homeowners insurance is for those who own a detached, semi-detached or townhome. Its policy covers the property, contents, and the personal liability of you, your spouse or partner, and your children. The policy also covers relatives of yours or your spouse who are living in your household and dependents under the age of 21, who are students either living in the household or temporarily living away from the residence. Typical coverage types in a homeowner's policy. 1. Dwelling coverage. This is the big one. It covers the cost to rebuild your home if it's damaged or destroyed. That includes your walls, roof, floors, built-in appliances, and even attached garages. Example: if a fire breaks out in your kitchen and destroys the structure of the house, your dwelling coverage kicks in to pay for repairs based on your policy limit. 2. Other structures coverage. This includes things like your shed, swimming pool, detached garage, or even a backyard fence. 3. Personal property coverage. Your furniture, electronics, clothing, it's all protected. Most policies offer coverage between 50% to 70% of your dwelling amount. Example: if your home is insured for $600,000, your personal belongings might be covered up to $360,000. 4. Additional living expenses, ALI. If your home becomes uninhabitable after a covered loss, ALE covers temporary housing, meals, and other costs while repairs are underway. Example: say your home floods from a burst pipe in winter and you're forced to stay in a hotel. Additional living expenses has you covered. Ensure you keep receipts of all expenses to help in the claim process. 5. Liability protection. This covers you if someone gets hurt on your property or if you accidentally damage someone else's. Policy limits for home insurance. Your policy limit is the maximum amount your insurance will pay for a specific type of coverage. And here's the key: if the damage exceeds that limit, you pay the difference. Example: let's say your dwelling coverage is $400,000, but rebuilding after a total loss costs $500,000. You're $100,000 out of pocket, unless you had reviewed and updated your policy. In this example, you would need to have what is known as a guaranteed replacement cost, or GRC. And trust me, this is one feature you want in your home insurance policy. The guaranteed replacement cost means your insurer will pay the full cost to rebuild your home, even if that amount goes over your policy's limit. So if your home is insured for $500,000, but the rebuild cost, due to inflation, supply chain issues, or updated bylaws, ends up being $600,000. With GRC, you're covered, all of it. Most insurers will only offer GRC if you've kept your home insured to its full estimated replacement value and haven't skipped updates or renovations without telling them. Note that limits still apply in some cases. Some companies offer guaranteed replacement cost with a cap, like up to 125% or 150% of your policy limit. So, in a $400,000 policy, you might be guaranteed up to $500,000 or $600,000 max, depending on the insurer. That's why it's super important to read the fine print and ask your insurance broker about your specific GRC terms. Condo insurance, coverage types and limits. Next up, condo insurance. This works a little differently because your condo corporation already insures the building's structure and common areas. But that doesn't mean you're fully protected. Typical coverage types in a condo owner's policy. 1. Unit improvements and betterments. Your policy covers any upgrades or custom finishes you've made, like granite countertops, hardwood floors, or custom lighting. Example: if there's a kitchen fire and your upgraded cabinets are destroyed, your policy will help replace them, but only if you've properly declared those upgrades. 2. Contents coverage. Just like home insurance, this protects your belongings, furniture, clothes, electronics, etc. 3. Loss of use, additional living expenses. If your unit becomes unlivable due to a covered loss, this covers temporary accommodations. 4. Personal liability. Covers you if you're legally responsible for injury or damage, like a pipe bursting in your unit and flooding your neighbour's condo. 5. Loss assessment coverage. If the condo building suffers a shared loss, like a roof collapse or fire in the lobby, and the condo's master policy doesn't cover it fully, you could be charged a portion. That's where loss assessment coverage helps. Example: let's say there's $50,000 in lobby damage, and the condo board passes $5,000 of that to each unit owner. With loss assessment coverage, your policy can cover that fee. Policy limits in condo insurance. Condo insurance limits apply to each section of your policy. For example, you might have $30,000 in contents coverage, $300,000 in liability protection, $10,000 in loss assessment coverage. Tip: don't just go with the minimums. Ask your broker to help tailor the policy to your lifestyle and building. That way, you won't be caught off guard. Quick recap. Whether you own a house or a condo, coverage types tell you what's protected, and policy limits tell you how much the insurer will pay. Keeping those two things in check means fewer surprises and smarter protection. If this helped clear things up, hit that like button and subscribe for more Canadian insurance tips made simple. And remember, if you missed part 1, head down to the description and watch How to Read and Understand Your Insurance Policy. No more confusion. You'll be glad you did. Got questions? Leave them in the comments section and we would be happy to answer them for you. Stay safe and stay protected. See you in the next video. Bye!